right, well, lots of uncertainty still surrounding the inflation timeline as consumer prices for things like groceries, gas, retail all continue to soar. The central bank's two-day policy-setting meeting worked to provide insights on what Americans should expect moving forward. So joining us to break it all down now is accounting professor at Montclair State University, Dan Geltrude. Dan, good morning to you.
Good morning, Rachel.
Now, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell describing this problem with inflation in a press conference yesterday. Let's take a quick listen to that.
Really, the problem now is that demand is very, very strong. Incomes are high. People have money on their in the bank accounts. Demand for goods is extremely high, and it hasn't come down. We're seeing the service sector reopening, and so you're seeing prices are moving back up off their lows there.
All right, Dan, do you see this rise as temporary, or what are your thoughts?
Well, the Fed is looking at this and saying it's transitory. Now they're meaning temporary. Now they're starting to back off on that a little bit and saying, you know what? It may be here a little bit longer than we thought. To me, if you think about it, the policies that we have coming out of Washington, meaning paying people to stay home, not work, when demand is increasing dramatically and supplies just can't get there, inflation arrives and it stays until something changes. So I can't tell you how long it'll last, but I will tell you if policies don't change, meaning people have to get back to work in order to increase the supplies of products, prices will continue to rise.
Now, the Federal Reserve policymakers have pushed up the timeline on when they expect to start raising interest rates. Does this have more to do, do you think, with the progress made with COVID or the fears of the inflation we're discussing?
I think it's driven by fears of inflation. I mean, the Fed is simply saying what all of us already know. Buying stuff, whatever that is getting more expensive. But think about this. They're saying, well, inflation, maybe we missed that a little bit. It's going to be here longer. It's going to be worse than we thought. So maybe in 2023, we're going to have to raise interest rates. Who knows what's going to happen in 2023? So I know people are putting a lot of emphasis on that, but what's it mean? It's over a year away.
And we definitely didn't know what would happen over a year ago, that's for sure. The Fed's policy setting committee left its benchmark interest rate near zero after that two-day meeting yesterday. Do you expect that to hold true?
Well, for right now, they really seem pretty much set on not raising interest rates right now. But raising interest rates are part of what you do in order to cool down a very hot economy. And what we have now is a very hot economy. People have money. They want to buy stuff. It's not there. It goes to inflation. Interest rates coming up help to cool that down. If they stay in a position where they're not going to be moving interest rates, again, no policy change, no change in the result.
So speaking of policy, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says inflation will be higher than the Biden administration did estimate. Will this impact Biden's spending plans? How do you think that'll impact it in any way?
Well, it's interesting that was one of those rare cases where somebody at that level of the federal government says, we may have missed that one. Initially, they were talking about interest rates hitting 2.4%. Now she's talking about 3.4%. That's a full percentage point. That's quite a miss when it comes to inflation. Will that change Joe Biden's position on spending? Absolutely not. Why? Because that is based on idealism, not based in common sense.
Okay. Interesting points there, as always. Dan Geltrude, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Rachel.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.